Hey everyone, this is Christopher here to demonstrate Fight 2nd Edition. This is the first of a series of tutorial videos that I'm going to do for you. Not to do full fights or demonstrations of whole scenarios, but rather just some indications about how gameplay works. And for this fight, I am using two characters that I made up for this purpose. This is Draco Alvarez and Brock Hammer. I'll tell you a little bit more about them in a different fight. And this is going to be a really straightforward combat. I'm using the 5x5 grid, but there's actually not going to be any lateral movement because it's only a one-on-one fight, which means the only thing that matters is the distance between the combatants. And we can count that just by the squares. So this is a range 3 fight. If they are actually in the same space, that's range 0, range 1, range 2, and range 3. Normally you can't attack at range 3 unless you have a ranged attack, which Draco does. So Brock is going to need to close with Draco if he wants to actually get a good start on this. So let me start this fight out. They each have 10 fighting spirit and 30 life bar. And Draco is going to spend one of his fighting spirit to increase his initiative to try to strike first, and Brock is going to do likewise. So in this case, Draco normally has a D6 and a D6 for initiative and control, but however, he spent 1 point of fighting spirit, so his D6 goes up to a D8 for initiative. So let's see what he gets. A 3 and a 6. A mediocre initiative, but very good control. All right, Brock also spent a point on initiative. He normally has a D6 for initiative, but only a D4 for control because he is not that bright as a fighter and he's a big, strong guy. However, he had spent that point of fighting spirit, so he also goes up to a D8. Let's see what he gets. He gets a 5 initiative and 3 control. All right, 5 initiative beats out Draco's 3 initiative, which means Brock gets to go first. Having a 3 control means that he is capable of doing special moves that are level 2 or level 3, or a basic move, which is always level 1, or a combo that equals a total of 3 control. In this case, he's going to use an advancing flurry of punches he has called Steel Barrage, which is a level 3 move. This move has the mobile element, which allows him to spend 1 point of fighting spirit, which he will do, to move 2 ranges forward before attacking. Normally you can only move 1 range forward before attacking. So he is now able to attack from range 1, and this move also has the increased accuracy element, which gives him a +1 to hit. So right now, Brock has a +1 to hit Draco. Draco has the evasion skill, and he has evasion 3, so his defense total right now is 3. He could spend a point of fighting spirit to increase his defense total to 4, which he's going to feel, he's got a lot of control right now, so even if he gets hit, he'll still get a chance to act, so he's not going to do this. But Brock totally is going to spend a point of fighting spirit to increase his accuracy 1 more point, a total of +2 versus 3. You know what that means? That means he automatically hits. Because even if I rolled a 1, +2 is 3, he is going to hit with the Steel Barrage attack. The Steel Barrage attack is a D10 damage. Like I said, Brock's a big guy. However, Draco does have a stamina of 1, which reduces the D10 damage down to a D8. Let's see how much damage Draco just took. 6 points of damage. That's a hefty amount of damage for a first hit. Now, what are the effects of getting hit? Well, there's several. First of all, there's damage. Second of all, there's hit stun. When you get hit, you lose 4 points of control. He had 6 points of control, so his control drops down to 2. The next thing that happens is he gets knocked back 1 range, and then you also have to check to see if he was stunned. A character has a stun threshold, power level 1 characters have a stun threshold of 5. If they have taken more damage in a single attack than their stun threshold, then they are stunned. He took 6 points of damage, which means Draco has been stunned. I'm going to just move these guys a little forward just so you can see them more easily on the camera. And I'm going to turn Draco around this way, facing the wrong way to show that he's stunned and he's got little birdies flying around his head and he doesn't know what's going on right now. Being stunned is a terrible place to be in fight because it means you lose your next 2 actions And furthermore, the only defense skill you can use is defense, not evasion, and your defense skill is halved, round down. Essentially, Draco is defenseless right now. This is a bad place to be, as I said. The last thing that happens is you earn glory for your moves if they successfully hit. Glory is the equivalent of experience in fight, and you earned glory equal to the level of the move. Steel Barrage is a level 3 move, so he earns 3 glory for doing this. Alright, that's going to be the end of the turn. Draco can't do anything because he's stunned. He loses 2 actions. The first is this action he has on this turn. So he's going to still lose next turn's action as well. Finally, we count down from the counter, which starts at a 99, like any good fighting game should, and we roll a d6 to see how much time passes, a time count of 4, so the timer's down to 95. That is the end of the first turn. Let's do 1 or 2 more turns here. Draco could spend Fighting Spirit to increase his initiative, but I'm not sure it's really worth it for him. You know what? He is going to increase it because if he actually beats Brock's initiative, he can at least have his defenses back, even if he can't act. So he will spend a point on initiative. Brock, for his part, is not going to spend a point on initiative. He's going to take his chances with this and instead spend a Fighting Spirit to increase his control, because he wants to try to get close and be able to unload a big combo on Draco instead. So this is going to be an important roll for Draco. Alright, he has a d8 for initiative and a d6 for control. Doesn't matter what the control is, he's stunned, but we'll roll it anyway. A 5 and a 3. That's a pretty good roll for Draco, because Brock is only getting a d6 for his initiative and a d6 for his control. I'm going to use the dark die for the initiative here. 1 and 3. Alright, so it didn't go exactly his way, because he did not get initiative. So Draco goes first. However, because he's still stunned, the only thing that happens on his turn is he has his senses about him again. But that's all that happens. Brock still gets to go. He only has 3 control. He will step forward, and he is going to do his spinning back hand attack, which is called Metal Machine. It's a level 3 move. He has 3 control, so he can do that. This one does not get an accuracy bonus, and he does not have any extra control, which normally can give you an accuracy bonus as well. So he's going to have a straight +0. Draco, for his part, will definitely spend a point of Fighting Spirit to increase his evade to a 4. And Brock will spend a point of Fighting Spirit to give him a +1 accuracy against that 4. 2 + 1 is only 3. He misses his chance entirely to capitalize on this. That is the end of the turn. Time only 1 that time, down to 94. Let's try to do 1 more turn here, and then I'll make a couple of comments about this. Quickly, without going quite through the step-by-step here. Draco is going to spend 1 on control. Brock is going to also... I'm sorry, he's going to spend 1 on initiative, as is Brock. Let's roll those up. Oh, only a 1 and 3 for Draco. And a 4 and 2 for Brock. Brock has initiative. He's in close range. But with a 2 control, he doesn't have anything available except the level 1 basic attack. So that's what he's going to do. He has more control than he needs, which gives him a +1 to hit. Draco will spend 1 to increase his evade to a 4. Brock, even though he's running low on Fighting Spirit, he's down to 3 points, will give himself that +1. He's got a +2 against 4. 2 + 2 is 4. That's a hit. Brock's basic attacks are pretty solid. They hit for a d8, but with Draco, they only hit for a d6. 6 points of damage brings him down to 18, knocks him back. No glory for hitting with the basic attack, just the glory of a sickening thud of a beefy fist against Draco's face. Alright, now doesn't this mean Draco is stunned again? Well, actually no, because if you've been stunned once in a fight, then you get a +2 to your stun threshold for the rest of the fight. This keeps people from getting stun locked as the fight goes on. So this is not a stunning attack this time. But it is enough to take away his control. He doesn't get to act this turn. That is the end of the turn. The time count goes down 6 more that time, down to 88. Alright, now that's a really basic view of how this works. That was 3 quick turns with some pretty simple characters, but I'm hoping that this gives you a sort of sense of the back and forth, and how, especially once you're familiar with the use of Fighting Spirit for both initiative and glory and for accuracy and defense, that turns can be a pretty fast moving thing. I'd like to get some examples in here of combos, which I did not get in here this time. Nor did Draco get a chance to get his ranged attack off, so there's still definitely some more things that I can share, but I want to parse this out over a series of videos so nothing gets too overwhelming for anyone. All right, I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you the next time.